So it's been pretty active over the last week when it comes to news revolving around 2023 for Paw Patrol. I can't remember the last time it's been this active, probably since the reveals for the Paw Patrol movie last year. But it's been a bit hectic, from reveals to characters reappearing after a while. It has it all. And for today, we're going to kick this all off with some news revolving around Aqua Pups, including a significant revelation that we found out about two characters in particular. With that said, let's get right into it. So first on the agenda, the cover for the Dive into Puplandis book was revealed, featuring a new Coral rendering, plus Marshall and Skye on the cover. I've already talked about this book in one of my other vids, but I'll bring it up again. The only thing that really matters plot-wise is Mayor Humdinger in it. Honestly, I'm getting tired of seeing him in mostly everything within the series. I would have preferred Sid and Narby in this situation, but no, we gotta have Humdinger because the Nikki executives will not be pleased if he's not in it. Whatever. The next piece of info comes from Infinite B&I, all credit goes to them. They are the ones who gave us the first image of the Male Mer-Pup a few months back, and recently Infinite B&I came in clutch and posted character descriptions for both Coral and the Male Mer-Pup. And in these, we got some pretty interesting info. Let's start with the Male Mer-Pup first, and not only do we have confirmation that he is a villain, but we got his name as well, and that is Moby. And here is his description. Moby is the batty Portuguese water dog Mer-Pup. He yearns for a life on four legs and is not the happiest of Mer-Pups. All that singing and celebration gets annoying, and the other Mer-Pups never obey him when he tries to tell them what to do, so he's often on his own, griping to his squid pal, McSquidly. Moby, if you don't know, is based on a book called Moby. Well, I'm not going to say the other word because it's a no-no word, and this is a family-friendly channel. Moby is not the name I was expecting him to have. I would have preferred Finn, considering that he has the dolphin or a whale near the top of his head. I figured it would be closely related to that. It also stated that Moby is a Portuguese water dog, which is a nice choice of breed. They are known for being good swimmers, so it seems like Moby, when on the run, will be a difficult pup to catch. I find Moby's motive for being a villain a bit interesting, as he is a Mer-Pup originally, wants to live life on four legs and get away from the annoyances from the other Mer-Pups. It's intriguing considering how in the past the pups really wanted to be Mer-Pups, and now Moby is seeking the opposite. I never thought I'd hear myself say this, but I'm hoping Moby gets his wish. I would like to see what he looks like on all fours, and his motive is a bit relatable, in wanting to get away from the kingdom due to annoyances of the other Mer-Pups. Some people who have noisy families want some peace and quiet away from those distractions, and it's nice to see a villain in the series have a motive that some of us can relate to. And I'll say this again, having a male Mer-Pup when Puplandis and every Mer-Pup that we've seen so far is composed of females is an interesting change. One last thing about Moby, and that revolves around his pal, McSquidly. We don't know if he's real or just a toy, but I feel like he'll play a similar role to what Busby was for Sweetie, in being a companion for Moby, assisting him with his plans, and providing some much needed comfort for Moby. But now comes a pretty significant revelation. Along with Moby's description, we also got one for Coral, and within it, it reveals this. Coral is a cockapoo and Skye's long-lost cousin. One moonlit evening, Coral magically touched noses with a Mer-Pup and turned into one herself. This plucky little Mer-Pup is outgoing, brave, and clever. She loves being a Mer-Pup and especially loves being with the other Mer-Pups in Puplandis. This confirms Coral and Skye are in fact cousins and they're related to one another. This has been theorized for a while by the fandom ever since the first image of Coral dropped, and honestly I'm surprised that it's actually becoming a reality. This is a big revelation for the series, as we've never had any idea that the pups had relatives, and it's nice to see the series exploring in that category, providing a bit lore to the pups and their backstory. Along with the backstories, this is something that fans of the series have been wondering for a while, and it seems like more family members of the pups will be coming in the future. We'll talk more about that in another vid. The one question about this revelation we need to figure out is how will they find out they're cousins? I'm hoping it's not something that happens off screen. That would be extremely disappointing if that were to happen. I feel like the revelation shouldn't come until about halfway or towards the end of the episode, so when it happens, it will surprise the viewer in the end. Won't surprise us because of course we already know that they're cousins. And while I was hoping they would be sisters instead of cousins to see a bit of a stronger bond between them, it's not a huge deal. I'm just glad that they're related than not being related at all. The last thing I want to point out for this vid is a new vehicle for the subseries that was just revealed a few hours ago called the Whale Patroller. This will be the main source of transportation and vehicle deployment in the subseries. We also get a better look at the Aqua Pups logo at the bottom left. One thing I want you to pay attention to about this vehicle is the number on the side, which is 08. Now the interesting thing about this is the same number that is on the Paw Patroller, including the new one. If I had to assume, it seems like the Paw Patroller is going to transform into the Whale Patroller. I do like that this vehicle is keeping in close proximity with the aquatic theme of the subseries, but honestly, I would have preferred the Sea Patroller and the Sub Patroller for this subseries. Just my 2 cents. But anyway, that's all for now. Let me know down in the comments below your thoughts on the Aqua Pups news, and especially Coral and Skye being cousins. Thank you all for watching, and as always, I will catch you all next time.